Hey everyone, it's Xant. So this video is actually quite delayed compared to my normal pre-event videos. Surprise, it's because I didn't get the notification of the event. Funny enough, I had actually opened my game to check my EN levels, and then like an hour later I found out that an announcement had been made. I'll probably end up just setting something to scrape for me, since the in-game announcements are so unreliable. As I normally do, I'll be talking about the new machines, then I'll talk about the new pilots, and then wrap up with any new info for the event. So let's get cracking. First off, we'll discuss the 4-star Wing Gundam. The titular mobile suit of the Gundam Wing franchise and canonically piloted by Hiro Yui, Wing Gundam was all about speed and its ability to transform into an aircraft known as Bird Mode. Colorful. Time for a tidbit. This is actually the second iteration of the Wing Gundam. We actually have a 2-star version of both the Gundam and Hero. They were given to us as pre-registration bonuses. This is also, as far as I know, the first instance of the same machine being added under a different rarity. Nice. Now let's talk about the armaments. So the Wing Gundam comes with a Buster Rifle. This can toggle between a beam rifle and a beam cannon, little pew or big pew depending on your needs. It also has a head-mounted Vulcan turret set. I'm not explaining it again. It has machine cannons mounted on it. See the Death Scythe from my last pre-event review talks about them. One anti-beam shield. This also doubles as the front of the Bird Mode craft. It can be held in the Gundam's hand or mounted on the left arm. And it also has a single beam saber. Now it does also have the Search Eye. That jewel on the chest actually doubles as a data gathering device. So kinda neat. But much like the other machines from Wing, it's very straightforward with its firepower. Now onto the Impulse Gundam. This is coming in as a 4-star as well, canonically piloted by probably one of the most hated pilots of Gundam Seed Destiny, Shin Asuka. Based on the image shown on the banner, it appears to be the Force Impulse loadout. Much like the Strike Gundam and how it had different loadouts and backpacks, the Impulse works on the same concept pretty much. It's actually made up of 4 different parts. You have the legs, the cockpit, which is an individual fighter craft, the upper torso, and the backpack. It's modular as hell, but what does it bring? It has a beam rifle, it has 2 beam sabers, it has 2 anti-armor knives, it has a chest-mounted Vulcan turret set, so instead of the head it's on the chest, different, and an anti-beam shield. Now, beyond the weapons it has, there is a neat system installed on the head, the Daturian Beam Energy Transfer System. Quite a mouthful. Quick explanation, it's a laser of condensed energy, it gets fired and a compatible hardpoint can accept the energy to recharge. I recall it only ever being used once, so... Alright, that's our 2 gacha machines down for the count, so let's talk Gusion. Gusion? Yeah. This will be joining us as a 3-star welfare, so don't expect groundbreaking performance from all the parts. Hailing from Iron-Blooded Orphans, Gusion was a suit customized for space due to the massive weight of the frame. It has tons of armor, extra propellant tanks, and it has dual Ahab reactors, and it all contributes to this effective tank being usable on the battlefield. But let's talk about the gear. It has a Gusion hammer. Now, this hammer is actually named after the machine. It relies on the sheer mass of it to do damage, weighing 15 tons alone, and it has attached thrusters on the back of the hammer's head to increase the swing speed. You'll be making some mashed mobile suits in no time. It also has a 90mm submachine gun, a head-mounted Vulcan turret set. Again, I'm not going to talk about what this does. It has 2 hand grenades, which can also double as space mines. It has the Gusion chopper. It's a hand axe that, much like the hammer, has thrusters on the back to increase swing speed. And it has 4 Buster anchors. These are 400mm chest-mounted firearms. Massive firepower in these suckers. So, with all the new Gunpla laid out, let's talk pilots. Some of you might recognize Mikazuki Augus. He's also from Iron-Blooded Orphans. He was the protagonist of the series, and the de facto ace of the Tekadon forces. He's the canonical pilot of the Barbados Gundam, which we actually already have in the game. It's actually something we've had since launch. He'll be a 4-star, to nobody's surprise. Finally, Cima Garahau. From Stardust Memory, Cima was a pilot for Zeon during the One-Year War. She's a rather tragic figure, having her home colony turned into a weapon, and her commanding officer scapegoating her for a war crime that he committed. She became a pirate, and eventually sought out revenge on Zeon for jerking her chain once too often. You might recall from a prior video of mine that she's the canonical pilot of the Jabera Tetra, the event welfare from a couple weeks ago. She'll unfortunately be joining us as a 3-star this time around. Okay, so that'll cover all the new stuff. Or does it? If you look closely at the new banner, you might notice something. The 2x multiplier this time not only counts for the Hyakushiki, last event's welfare, but also for the Gusion, this event's welfare. Now, this is a great sign. Hopefully, this means that going forward, we're going to see all the new event welfares and the one from last, be usable. This not only helps new players, but also helps current players because they can actually decide whether they want to buy out whatever's in the welfare shop or not now. It just adds more flexibility to what we're able to do. Now, personally, I hope that a 2x for past welfare and a 3x for current welfare quality of life boost comes soon, because that would make it really nice and really incentivize buying the new welfare from the shop. Anyways, with that, I've pretty much summarized all the new stuff that's coming with the event, all the cool things with it. As I normally do when the actual event goes live, I will do a video pretty much right away, impressions and all that, and talk about it. I do plan on releasing a video relatively soon talking about haro chips, because I noticed a lot of people are asking me about how do I have so many haro chips, things like that. So I'll just kind of do a breakdown and talk about my air quote strategy on getting a lot of haro chips. Anyways, that's it. I'll wrap up here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.